Learn what you can do with the Azure CLI Interactive Mode in this episode of Azure Tips and Tricks. You can do a lot of powerful things with the Azure CLI, like create web apps and VMs. And you can do even more with the CLI when you use its interactive mode. Let's try that. We'll try that in the Azure Cloud Shell, and you can also use an Azure CLI that is installed on your local machine. You can access the interactive mode by typing AZ Interactive. This changes the look and feel of the CLI. Now I can start typing CLI commands, like to create a resource group. It shows a similar command that I've used before. It also shows which parameters are available and which ones are required. And as you can see, it provides autocomplete to help me. This is so useful, especially when I need to pick a location. I always forget the location names. And here it tells me what the command does. And below that, it shows examples of how I can use the command. That is really helpful. Let's create an app service plan. In this command, I can use parts of the output of the previous command. So when I created the resource group, it returned a JSON string with values like ID and name. And I can query the name of the resource group like this. Cool. And there it goes. Okay, let's do something else. Let me get the information from a web app with the show command. Alright, you can see how the interactive mode really helps me here. You might have noticed that I am in the scope of the AZ command, so I never have to type AZ. And if I want to keep working with the web app command, but don't want to type web app all the time, I can scope to the web app command by doing this. From this scope, I can directly use commands like stop to stop a web app. Okay. And I can back out of the scope to the root like this. And here is the final thing. I can also execute shell commands like a bash command to create a directory like this, without leaving the interactive mode, and cd into the directory. Cool. You can be very productive with Azure with the Azure CLI. And you can be even more productive when you use the Azure CLI Interactive Mode. Go and check it out.